Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome to the channel. I'm Michelle and I hope that you're going to enjoy all the content that is on this channel and that is to come. So I know we have been talking a lot about increasing your revenue streams, wanting to start a side hustle, wanting to start that YouTube channel, wanting to just make sure that you do more than you're actually doing right now. And a lot of things have happened, particularly in South Africa and around the world as I speak right now. And this has left a lot of people asking themselves, is this the right time to start a business? Is this the right time to start that side hustle I wanted to start? Is this the right time to start that YouTube channel? Is this the right time to, quit my job? Definitely not. But is this the right time to take the leap of faith mentally, physically, that I've always wanted to do for myself? And I've been hearing this question a lot from a lot of people, and I thought to myself, this would be the perfect time to actually do that video. So, is this the right time for you to start a business? Now, this answer is based on these three factors that I want you to actually consider that I'm going to talk about in this particular video. Let me also just say that in the midst of what's happening around the world right now, people are currently losing jobs, people are losing income streams, people are losing clients, just there's been a lot of shift, and that's just obviously causing different dynamics in people's lives. However, these 3 points, I think that they're going to be super helpful in terms of opening your eyes up to the direction that you could possibly consider taking during this time. So these 3 things are the following. The first one is the opportunities present. So if the question is this the right time to start a business? What I want you to consider is, what are the opportunities that are present at the moment? One of the things I spoke about in a previous video that I did a few days ago is actually saying that every single crisis always opens up opportunity. What opportunities are present right now within your community that you can actually cater to? That's the first thing you need to consider. So instead of you asking whether or not this is the right time for you to start a business, the question you should be asking is, what kind of business do you want to start? What opportunities are actually there that you can begin to look into as a side hustle? I gave an example a few days ago as well about what's happening as I'm filming this video right now with everything that's happening around the world. Chances are, if there's a shortage of bread in a particular community, maybe selling bread is an opportunity that you have to actually begin to start a business off of. You need to be able to look around and figure out, what can I actually do? And sometimes in the point of crisis, it's not always about trying to do, the fancy things that you've always wanted to do, but it's trying to cater to specific people. It's trying to solve specific problems. What happens in crisis is crisis magnifies problems. Crisis brings more problems. So again, you look at last year where the pandemic actually struck the world and it opened up a whole new industry of masks, right? That was no longer just for people in medical sectors, but now it became every single person needed a mask. People started businesses making masks. Making masks a fashionable accessory, and those are things that you can actually begin to do right now. But look at the opportunities that are presenting themselves during this time. Only then, once you've had a look at those and you've identified an opportunity, is it then easier for you to answer that question. The second thing that I want you to start thinking about is, what product or service do you want to offer? Now, if you look at around the world right now and everything that's happening, chances are it is a bit more challenging to actually offer a luxurious product, or rather a luxury offering, than it is to offer an essential service. Because with a lot of things that are happening, people are more prone to buy essential services, so therefore your business can actually make money. You need to be able to sit down and ask yourself, what offering am I wanting to bring to the market? This is super, super, super important, guys. It's so nice because the luxury companies that have been running for years now still have, willpower to stand. But with everything that's happening around the world right now, you look at people losing jobs, you look at people not having enough income, you look at people not even having enough money. What's happening is, people don't generally want to spend on luxury. People aren't in a position to, because they're so scared. There's so much uncertainty that's happening around the world currently that you're just like, do I really want to buy that Gucci bag, or do I just want to bag my money just in case I might need to, pay rent in the next few months because I might lose some clients, or because this, or, I might not have my job for any longer. Those are the different factors that people are looking out right now. And whenever you think about this point, I want you to also think about it it yourself, right? With where you are right now, what are the things that you are buying the most? Look around your house, look around your peers and everybody that you interact with. What are they buying right now? And once you've actually had a look at that, does it then become easier for you to actually realize that, okay, so people are actually, these are certain offerings and services that people are leaning towards. And maybe if I started a business, or rather going back to the first point, if this offering is presenting an opportunity, maybe if I start there, people would actually be able to buy from me and. But those are things you need to be able to analyze whenever you are looking into, answering the first question that we've posed, which is this the good time to start a business? So it is important that there is demand for your offering, because where there is no demand, supply is pointless. So those are things that you need to actually consider and look into whenever you're asking yourself if this is the perfect time for you to start a business. And then the last point I want to share is your identified target audience. Now, this is important. Let me just mention that all these 3 tips are actually quite interlinked together. Now, if you look at whatever target audience that you want to cater to, you need to understand that target audiences are obviously a lot more different. So let me give you an example. You get the low class, the middle class, and the high class. That's literally just like a broader target audience. You get like the high class, for instance, would most probably afford luxury during this time because they haven't been directly affected with everything that's happening around the world. Some have been, but there are some that haven't, right? Whereas the low class would be extremely affected during this time. So this means that they would possibly only afford luxuries if they are in a position to afford it all. Then you've got the middle class that might afford the essentials, but might not actually afford the high-end luxury, but entry-level luxury. So what you need to understand with these target audiences, or however you identify your target audiences, is that whichever stage that they are in will determine what it is they can actually afford. So whenever it is you look at the opportunity, which is the first point that I mentioned, the opportunity that is being presented currently, and then secondly, you look at your product and your offering. What is also then important is to look at the target markets that you actually have, and then ask yourself, can my target audience actually afford this offering? Is this offering something that they actually need or something that they would appreciate? You know what I mean? You look at like convenience services right now. When people don't have money, they usually cut off convenience and they're willing to do certain things themselves because they've got the money, because they can't afford to put that money towards a convenience service. So you cannot run a convenience service and then offer it to people that have been directly impacted by everything that's been happening around the world. You are not going to make money, mainly because your target audience is wrong. Those people at the moment don't even see that as a need, maybe because they don't have the money to actually pay for that as a need. But you look at people that are in the middle class or higher classes, they would be able to afford certain things, where some things middle class might be able to afford, and then some things they might not be able to, that only the high class people would be able to afford. So it is very important that you get to the specifics of who you are trying to offer what you're offering to, and really understand, do some research. Will these people be able to afford what it is that you're trying to give them? That is one of the biggest important things, because it's, you know what, we can all be super positive and say, okay, cool, this is the right time, start a business, that's great. And then you start the right business, but offer it to the wrong people. You're not going to make money. The answer to that for you would be, this might not be the right time to start that type of business. And what you realize about entrepreneurship is that, I mean, you can see this with a lot of people, where by the time they rise up to become a very well-renowned entrepreneur, they have done so many things. They've started multiple businesses. And that's where looking through the opportunities actually come from. You need to be able to sit down and try to find out how you can best cater to your community right now, and how you can actually best release the type of products and services that would be able to solve specific problems. So that is something that is super important in where we are around the world right now. So the question is this the right time to start a business? My answer is absolutely yes. This is the perfect time to start a business, provided, okay, it's not just an absolute yes and we end it there, provided that you've done thorough research, okay, on the opportunity that is present for you to start a business, on your product and offering, and on your target audience. These 3 things are super key, and if you can answer these 3 things detailed, and if you can actually answer them with so much research backed up, this would be the perfect time for you to start that business, because you definitely know what you're doing. It's not just time to start a business because of passion. It's not just time to start a business because you feel like it. You need to be able to cater to a certain program currently. Now, I do acknowledge that a fair number of people that follow me and that I interact with are creators. So these are people that want to start YouTube channels, podcasts, and they want to be digital entrepreneurs. And let me just say, for you guys, if you want to be a digital entrepreneur, it is important that you realize that this is also a perfect time for you to start. People want more information. We spoke in the earlier videos about how people want a lot of things that are going to distract them from what's happening around the world. They want different news, they want different content. And if you are able to give people that content right now, why not? You're actually going to get a lot more views because people have time and people are hungry for new content. You need to be able to cater to that. So this is definitely the best time to begin to, give people content and continuously create. So this is the right time to create. And you who's been wanting to start that business, that product, that service, that hairline, that whatever, that hair care line, whatever it is, do your research and bring your product to the market, and understand that timing is everything. Imagine if you wanted to start a mask business last year, before the everything that's happened around the world happened. If you wanted to start a mask business in 2019, everybody was just going to look at you like, okay, we don't need no masks, we're good. Why would we want to wear masks? I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I don't walk around viruses or whatever the case is. But because the pandemic actually opened up that industry, it made sense for people to start opening up those businesses. And those are things that you need to start looking into. What opportunities are present? What is the offering that opportunity is presenting? And then what's the target audience that would be able to help you build that sustainable business by you actually offering them a solution to a particular problem that the opportunities have actually brought unto you? That is super important to realize. So those were just my points, and I hope that this really inspired you and this really kind of, gave you that kickstart to start doing some research so you can start your business. I also do think that within all these 3 points, the last and the biggest point, which you guys know I am so passionate about, it is something that I talk about so often, is having a sales strategy. It's having a strategy on how you're going to get people to buy from you, because chances are you are not the only one that's trying to sell that service or product. You're not the only one that's trying to bring that offering, but a lot of other people. But the biggest question is, how do you then begin to sell it? How do you then begin to present it to the market so that you can get the revenue that you need? Because guys, for the main reason why you're starting a business is that you want revenue. You want people to buy from you. So for people to buy from you, they need to be able to know more information. You need to actually have a full-on strategy on how you can actually get people to buy. And if you are somebody that has already, started planning out or doing some research, and you need assistance in terms of getting together a sales strategy, I'm going to plug myself on this one. My email address is down below. Please pop me an email and let's actually get chatting in terms of how my team can actually begin to help you to put together that sales strategy to get your offering, your brand, whatever it is, into the market so you can generate revenue and actually make those sales. So thank you once again for watching the video. I hope that it's been super fruitful for you. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I don't know what you're trying to do, but this is the right time to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you can get notified when some of the videos actually land onto the channel. And I love you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Mwah.